Some of the craziest Phantom Knight innovations I've seen. DDD's Agents. This is a massive jam-packed Rogue Regional. I'll make the 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 100k ladder. Your breakdown for this regional is mighty impressive. I assure you of that. 2 Daspia decks, once again being the most represented deck in the room. Not surprised about that at all, Raggy. Oh boy. Now, Eldritch got second place out of this regional. And I just want to say, full disclosure here, yeah, Unga Bunga Monkey set full field, pretty good. You'll also see here in a second when we get into these lists here, that Storming Mirror Force looks like it was the MVP hard carry for this duelist, which is pretty nice. We also had Agents making its way into top 8 here. I believe that this is one of the very few regional tops that I have seen Agents get the chance to kind of carry on and lock onto, which is actually pretty impressive. We also had one Sword Soul. Yay. I'm going to be so bored talking about Sword Soul this format. Like, the deck never really changes. It's just kind of the same. Now, this Phantom Knight player here, when we get into looking at deck list here in a second, that build was crazy to me. There's a little mini Predaplant package in there. Who needs DP? All right, you can just Predaplant up, go search for your Fusion Destiny. Congratulations. You know, once full combo resolves, I'm good to go. Oh, look, I put 2 monsters on the field that I can very easily link climb up with. Oh, good substitute for the package? I don't know. We also had DDD in here as well, and I am pretty happy to see that DDD did get the chance to participate and do well again, kind of as like that rogue deck, because I always do say like the deck does require a very high skill curve, and truthfully it does. So to see that that deck did do good is awesome. We also have another returning Tri-Brigade list here as well. You still continue to see Tri-Brigade do what it does best, ladies and gentlemen, being the little rogue buster that it is. Let's dig on into deck list now, shall we? Winning the regional out of this event was none other than Daspia. Double branded loss built into this deck. I don't know what has gone wrong for this duelist that required them to bring in 2 branded loss into the main deck, but whatever it is, they are fearful of some things. I see that we have no Alba Lenitus built into this. Brigand is seeing a lot more play as of late. Like, shout out to Brigand just being one of those cards that so many more players are actually visiting right now. Also, it looks like the Allure of Darkness build has pretty much taken over as the dominating force right now. Also, I mean, McCurrier is just an amazing card, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, outside of that, Dramaturgia, we are playing the 1 shuffle back for Albaz shenanigans. We are playing the 1 kit. Yeah, there's nothing else really too crazy. I believe that this is probably going to be, at least in terms of, you know, standardized, this is what you're going to be looking at, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of what I believe is to be the new norm here. Second place here is none other than the Golden Chicken Nugget. The fact that you played 5 monsters for this deck is no short of a miracle. We are playing no of the Eld Elixirs for the spells, so no White Destiny, none of the Black Awakening. And I also seen down here that we are playing Storming Mirror Force. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Unga Bunga Eldritch player really stuck it to the metagame out here with Storming Mirror Force. Not a single soul was prepared for Storming Mirror Force for this event. I almost guarantee it. All right. Outside of that, the extra deck is pretty good. Oh my God, Starlight Road in the side deck. This is such a good homage out here to Control that I love it. All right. Shout out to Golden Lord out here. Skill drains, the full shenanigans, built-in D barriers. Yeah, whatever day that this duelist was sitting out to wreck definitely was ruined here. Next up here is our agent list. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that this is pretty interesting. So this is the list that you can see the chance to see the Protector that recently went up in price, because a lot of people are like, why are we doing that? Yeah, it's genuinely because it sees play in the agent deck. Also, Trice Heroctory with Diviner of the Heralds actually is pretty stupid. Bhutan also being able to convert itself into a tuner. or convert anything into a tuner is absolutely beautiful. If you are not prepared for what this deck does through like the generalized Cupid pitch plays, is this deck going to be crazy tier 1? No. But it does get the chance to sit at the dinner table in the unexplored category because players just generally don't know how to handle this deck's matchups. And as you can see, you're pulling a lot of the things that the Drytron shenanigans were doing, but this deck takes advantage of them a little bit easier. Also, a synchro that's able to turn itself into Venus and then start circulating shine balls, pretty darn good. Next up here, we have 4th place here, which was our Sword Soul variant, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, Synthana back at it again. Gosh darn it. I also see that we are playing the Heavenly Dragon cycle in this deck. I don't think players know if they want to play Heavenly Dragon cycle or not yet this format. We also are playing the 1 Monster Reborn for Sword Soul or a Worm, depending on the situation here. This extra deck is 100% as standardized as it gets. We are not playing the Big Link 3 yet, I've noticed, for Sword Soul. I believe we'll be getting to that point here soon. Gammas and Driver built into the side deck, and we also have Anti-Spell Fragrances and Rivalry of the Warlords down here in the side deck. Also, Cosmic Cyclones to disrupt the opponent, Harpy's Feather Duster for back row, and Red Reboot for Eldritch. Just gotta draw it, 5-head. Also, Blackout is appearing as a straight 1 of at this point in time. Yeah, nothing else really sticks out to me too crazy here. This is as standard as it gets for Sword Soul. Oh boy. Next up here is our innovation. This is Phantom Knights playing the Predaplant package. Yes, we are playing Darling Cobra in here with none other than the Ortho Scorpio, so that we can search for the good fusion spells. Delicious. Does that mean that we can Dagda lock our opponent? Yeah, it is. We just gotta search for it through other means, which means that Ferty Anaconda's gone. That's fine. Let's go play more Predaplant stuff built into the main deck this time, and we'll get the chance to get to it. 50 cards in order to house this monstrous package, by the way. This was not an easy investment to fit in here. Also, I think this is one of the very few lists that I've seen was actually playing the Change of Heart. Alright, an unsearchable 1 of is definitely a lot more interesting as of late. A lot of players out here don't really know how to handle this, so definitely interesting to see that Change of Heart still found its way into a deck list. But this deck list is crazy in terms of coolness. Next up here is our DDD list. Small worlds built into the bad boy. So that means that we can bridge the gap and get to pretty much anything that we want within our deck. That's kind of cool. I don't remember. I don't remember if Small World was something that we saw in the very early versions of this deck, or if this is just something a little bit newer at this point in time. I can't remember my DDD innovations. See, I can never play this deck because I could barely even remember what I ate yesterday, let alone, all these combo lines and everything for DDD. But also, now that the rest of the world has Rage legal, you will kind of start to see more of these builds show up. Shout out to another Change of Heart list down here, getting the chance to show up. Outside of that, actually Trap Trick down in the side deck is kind of interesting as well. I guess I didn't really consider a DDD deck to be a thing that you would want to play that in, but overall, not too bad. Next up here is our Tri-Brigade list. Tri-Lyricalist again. This is double Tri-Lyricalist decks that we have seen stand up to the overall test of the metagame here, and is like the returning variant at this point in time. I guess all we needed to do was slow down the format enough for this deck to kind of get the chance to come into the fray, because honestly, the whole searching aspect of this deck seems to be one of the main factors for this. Maybe things haven't been found out or figured out quite to the degree to kind of push this deck out, but if this deck got the chance to return back in here, and you are getting the chance to see Bird Up doing well here, I think that that's definitely worth mentioning here. Outside of that, if you don't know what you're doing against Bird Up, you're probably going to lose every single matchup to this deck. Honestly, the fact that it's even still functioning is pretty impressive to me. I don't know, I'm not trying to say like too much bad on Bird Up, but it's doing good, and that's what I like to see here. And our last list for this video is another Despia deck. Oh my god, we are playing one of the other trap card down here. No Alba Lenitus is built into this. Alright, we are playing the Contact Seas down there. standard Aluber plays, one branded Lost as well. I will say, like I said, most of these decks at this point in time have become very, very standardized. The Allure build has overtaken pretty much the Brave package. The Brave package is pretty much gone at this point in time. So nothing really too strange at this point. This is what you're dealing with in terms of ratios, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you think about another regional breakdown in the books? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. What do you guys kind of overall think about how this format is starting to shape up? You know, we're only a few regional breakdowns in at this point in time, but you're starting to see a very interesting story nonetheless. All right, I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys, and remember, stay safe out there, all right? Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.